According to the World Animal Foundation, every year, over 6.5 million dogs, cats, and other household pets are surrendered to animal shelters. They also report that only 4 million find a home every year, leaving the other 2 million in shelters. Imagine being one of those animals, waiting for a second chance that will never come. Many of us care about animal welfare, yet we may not realize how choosing to adopt instead of shop can save lives and improve the well-being of animals while also benefiting our own lives. As someone who owns a purebred and has researched the struggles of shelter animals with the benefits of adoption, I am passionate about finding solutions that make a real difference for these animals and their future owners. Through this speech, I will point out what I have discovered about adopting and not shopping for animals. First, I will explain how adoption addresses the overpopulation crisis and the prevention of euthanasia. Then, I will discuss the health and cost benefits of adopting animals from shelters. Finally, I will show how choosing adoption supports ethical practices and gives many animals a second chance at life. Let us start with how millions of animals enter shelters across the United States. According to ASPCA, the Animal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, approximately 6.3 million pets are placed in shelters annually, but sadly, around 920,000 of them are euthanized due to lack of space and resources. This happens because there are far more animals in need of homes than there are people adopting. Shelters become overcrowded and hard choices must be made. In addition, by choosing to adopt from a shelter, you are directly saving a life and making space for another animal in need. For every pet adopted, one less animal faces the risk of being euthanized simply due to overcrowding. Research shows that increased adoption rates significantly reduce euthanization numbers. For example, campaigns like Clear the Shelters have led to tens of thousands of animals being placed in loving homes instead of being put down. Overpopulation does not just affect shelter conditions, it also impacts the quality of life for animals. Many animals face starvation, illness, and injury before they even make it to the shelter. Imagine walking into a shelter and seeing animals waiting behind bars, each one hoping for a second chance. When you adopt, you give them a future they might not have otherwise. Now that we have seen how adoption addresses the crisis of overpopulation and euthanasia, let us explore how adopting animals can benefit your health and your wallet. It is important to keep animals healthy. With adopting from a shelter, it's beneficial for you financially and health-wise. Shelter animals are often healthier due to mixed breeding. Mixed bred animals have fewer genetic health issues compared to purebred animals, which often suffer from conditions like hip dysplasia, respiratory problems, and heart disease. My purebred English Bulldog suffers from many of these. He also has skin conditions and breathing issues from being a purebred. Not only that, most shelter animals come with vaccinations and medical care. Shelters provide essential care such as vaccinations, spaying and neutering, and basic medical checkups before adoption. Another plus of adopting, our fees are significantly lower than buying from breeders or pet stores. The average cost of adopting a pet ranges from $50 to $200, whereas buying from a breeder can cost from thousands of dollars, depending on the breed. Adopting a healthy pet means fewer future vet bills. Starting with a healthy animal reduces the risk of expensive treatments for hereditary diseases common in purebred pets. Now that we have discussed the practical and health benefits of adoption, let us finally explore how adoption supports ethical practices and gives animals a second chance. There are many ethical practices to follow, and by adopting, you are giving many animals a second chance at life. Many breeders prioritize profit over welfare of animals. Animals in puppy mills, for example, are often kept in poor conditions, lacking proper food, water, and medical care. Female animals are frequently overbred, leading to health complications and shorter lifespans. In addition, adopting from shelter reduces the demand for breeders. When more people choose to adopt, it discourages profit-driven breeding practices. It directs resources and attention towards helping homeless animals instead. The Humane Society of the United States reports that adoption directly decreases the demand for breeding and pet stores. Furthermore, adopting is a compassionate choice that changes lives. You become a part of a solution by giving an animal the life it deserves. From this, you will inspire others to follow your example. Seeing a happy adopted pet in a loving home encourages others to consider adoption instead of buying. As we wrap up, let us reflect on the power of choosing adoption over shopping. Finally, adopting animals from shelters not only addresses the crisis of overpopulation and euthanasia, but also provides health and cost benefits and supports ethical practices by giving animals another chance. In conclusion, the next time you or someone you know is looking for a pet, I urge you to visit a local shelter. You have the chance to not only save a life, but to experience the unique joy of giving an animal a home. Share this message with others and remind them, adopt, don't shop.